Hey guys, so in this lesson, we're going to hop into the Opportunity Finder and do a little product research inside of there. While we were on our break, I went ahead and deleted the products out of the product tracker. I went ahead and added in some more products for the Parfait dessert cups. And as you can see, I now have some good data up here on the top as a summary for this niche as a whole, all right? So I'm gonna jump into the Opportunity Finder, and I want to look for more opportunities inside of here. Now, the Opportunity Finder works a little bit different from the product database. So if we remember from the product database, there's a whole bunch of individual products in here, right? Like this is one individual product that's on Amazon. Whereas inside of the Opportunity Finder, these are going to be like niches or opportunities as a whole. So let's go ahead and select some categories again. And I'm essentially just going to select the same categories that we did inside of the product database, since those are my favorite. And then after doing so, I'm going to make some adjustments to these filters over here on the right-hand side. Now, these, I'll do similar for units sold. So let's say around 500-ish. I'm going to say only show me niches that have a competition of very low to, let's start with medium. The price before we said around 18 bucks, we'll keep that. And this is good enough for now. And depending on how many results I get here, I might refine this a little bit more. So there's still 27,000 results. So let's actually show, let's say only show me ones that the competition is very low to low. Let's go ahead and search these. All right. So these products, as you can see, we're no longer now looking at individual products. We are now looking at like niches as a whole, okay? And what I can do is I can expand these and it shows me some data about this particular niche. So this one, it's showing me for the past couple months, it's selling about 6,500 units per month. I can see what the average price has been. It's showing me for about the past year. These have hovered around 50 bucks. I can also see historical search volume for this keyword and some more information. So the way that I use this tool is I look through these different niches or these different keywords, and I look for something that sounds familiar or sounds like something that I'd be interested in selling. Now, there is a little bit of noise in here because there's going to be some stuff that you haven't really heard of, or maybe it's kind of like a part number, or maybe it's a product like I'm looking right here at Elmo projectors. That'd be something that's typically you typically need a license. Or I'm also seeing some adult products on here, which is something that some people may not feel comfortable with selling, so you kind of just skip through those. So you're at this point going to be looking through these different opportunities to look if anything stands out to you that you would be interested in selling. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'm just kind of scrolling through here and I'm looking for a niche or an opportunity that I'd be interested in selling. So I'm just doing a little bit of scrolling. Let's see here. It's kind of funny that like typewriters showed up a couple times. I guess typewriters are in still decent demand right now. There's probably not many people selling them. That being said, a typewriter for me, it's too complex, too easy to break. So I'm going to continue to search through here a little bit. Seeing a lot of different toy items, a few different adult products. Something like this. I think this is this is more of like a Polycom. I know makes like phones and stuff, so it's kind of like more of like a part number. Pro Mariner, I'm not really sure what that is. Let's actually take a look at that just real quick. I always think of some of this stuff's probably really dumb and all you guys are laughing at me. Pro Mariner, it's like a type of battery charger. So for me, that's too complex. What else are we working with in here? Barcode scanner, Palm Pilot, cranberry candles. That's kind of interesting. You could get this product probably manufactured in China. It's kind of interesting. I've never really sold a product like that before. but I don't see anything wrong with it. Let's go ahead and just take a look at what cranberry candles look like on Amazon. Something that just occurred to me though is at the time of this recording, we're in the fall time. So I imagine these probably peak. The reason this is doing so well right now is because there's seasonality this time of year, which actually we're in the beginning of it. And if you see what I did there, I just expanded that, clicked on seasonality. It looks like we're at the beginning and it's actually still going to increase. Let's look at the search volume. Let's see, search volume kind of shows something similar. It started to pick up. Or no, yeah, we're kind of at the beginning of when it starts to pick up right now. So this item, let's see, the seasonality for me is probably a little bit too high. So I'm going to skip over that and keep looking. Let's see, belly fat flush. Again, a number of adult products, which you can sell those if you want or if you feel comfortable doing so. A thing to be aware of is that they don't show up in the organic search results. You actually have to select that category before they're found on Amazon. So just something to be mindful of there. Tapestry rod, that's kind of interesting. I could see private labeling that. Search volume is consistent year round. Seasonality is pretty consistent. The average price, around $40. So this is actually this would be an interesting niche for me to go into. So let me actually just see what these look like on Amazon real quick. Okay, that's kind of what I was expecting, like a curtain rod or tapestry rod. I'm going to go ahead and run the Jungle Scout extension on this and see how good of a potential opportunity this is. All right, so when I look at monthly sales, wow, there's like a huge difference for some of these, right? Some of these sell really well, and I can actually click on it and see the historical sales volume. Wow, this thing sells like crazy. In a bad month, it's selling like 1,000 to 2,000. In a good month, it's selling 6,000 or 8,000, which is a ton. I never would have guessed these certain types of curtain rods sell that well. But I'm actually really glad we found this example because this just brought something to mind. I don't like products that have like a really wide distribution or like almost like an unfair looking distribution. So like there's some sellers that are selling really, really high like crazy, whereas some sellers aren't really like selling at all. That is a niche that I prefer to stay away from. So this particular niche, yeah, I'm glad this came up so I could show you guys this. You know, like I just don't really understand. Maybe I could figure it out if I did a little more searching around, but I don't really understand why, you know, these aren't really selling that well, but these are selling crazy well. So even though, yeah, weird, these are by the same brand. Maybe it's selling with this brand. I'm not that familiar with this particular space. I don't know for sure, but this would be like a red flag for me, and I would probably stay away from this particular niche just because there's this huge just differential in that like some of them are selling really well, but some of them aren't really selling at all. So yeah, even though it meets my criteria of like at least a few thousand per month and the review numbers are actually really low, I would still be too scared to sell this particular product just because as of now, at least, I don't understand why everyone's buying these Kenny ones. Good chance it's just off of price, but I think, you know, with a little more searching, we can actually find something better. So let's see what else is in here. Time clock calculator. Winter pill for pools. That could potentially be good, but probably seasonal. I'm guessing in the winter. Let's see. Keto drink. Winter disco. So you'll notice some of the items in here you'll understand right away that they're seasonal, right? Again, we're doing this in the fall time. We're recording this at the end of fall. So there's still some Halloween costumes floating around here. There's other items that are, that people are buying for the winter. Here's one, unicorn rugs. It says unicorn rugs for girls' bedroom, but we could probably just look at unicorn rugs in general. Let's go ahead and search for unicorn rugs on Amazon, see what these things look like. As expected, a bunch of unicorns. I don't think there's one particular type of unicorn in here, at least that I'm aware of, that would be like a licensed one. Maybe there is somewhere in here, but let me see if there's any that really stick out as far as sales go. Good price point. A lot of these are fairly high priced, which is good to see. All right. We kind of see a little bit of the same thing here, that some are selling much better than others. And wow, some of these sell really high, but let's look at this a little bit. This purple one selling well. Let's see. Pink one. What else is selling well? So it looks like the actual unicorn ones aren't doing that well. This one's decent. Looks like the actual unicorn ones actually aren't the ones that are selling that well. It's these other results that are showing up in unicorn rug search results. So yeah, another area we could look at in here, now we just got this idea, would be, let's do like children bedroom rugs. Looks like those are the ones that were selling really well. Let's see what's in here. Guessing a lot of sales. So these are tons of sales, right? Everyone's selling, pretty much everyone's selling in the thousands. So high demand, but you also see that, well, most people have a high number of reviews. Like this person, they probably just started selling. They only have 7 reviews, and they're still doing 120 a month, which is pretty good. Let's see. Whoops. 21 reviews, selling 700 a month. So, this could actually be an opportunity. What I would do from here, though, is I would look at which rugs in here were selling well. Like, I'll try to crack the code a little bit of like what's selling well inside of this category. Like, is it the ones that are pink? Is it the ones that are purple? Is it the ones that are the really shaggy looking ones? I look for what type of rugs are selling well with relatively low competition, and then that could be a potential idea. So sometimes, like when I'm looking for product ideas, like the Opportunity Finder or the product database, it will give me a good idea. Like I never would have really have thought to search for like shag rugs for girls. But like the Opportunity Finder kind of led me down that rabbit hole a little bit. And oftentimes at the end of the day, that's kind of how product research works. That like from this, the first thing you search for isn't like the best in the world, but from that you see that there's like there's these outliers in there that you want to explore a little bit more. So I can show you that for, just 30 seconds or a minute here, and then let's go back into the Opportunity Finder and look for 1 or 2 more examples just to make sure that you guys are starting to get a good idea of kind of like how my brain's working of when I'm looking for products to sell. All right, so let's see real quick here. Who's doing well? I'm going to sort actually by monthly sales, and I'm going to look to see if there's outliers with number of reviews. So, all the ones that are doing thousands a month, they have hundreds of reviews. Let's scroll down a little bit. Now I'm starting to see ones that have, 20, 80, 50, 40 that are doing some decent sales. But to be honest, there's nothing here that really stands out of like, wow, they're crushing it with like hardly any reviews. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and just give up on this particular niche. So let's see if we can find 1 or 2 more. I'm seeing lots of this, like I thought this was just LOL or laughing out loud, but I wonder if this is actually some kind of children's thing that I don't know about. Let me look. So I think this LOL is like it looks like it's some kind of kids show or something else that would need to be licensed. So I'm guessing this is really popular right now with kids, and that's why there's so many of these showing up. But yeah, that would probably need to be licensed. See if there's anything else in here. Wow, tons of LOL stuff. let's go ahead and go to the next page. Fusion speakers. I wonder if Fusion's a certain brand. I think it might be. And actually, honestly, speakers are too kind of like complicated for me. Good night diapers. Winter disco. I have a feeling this has to do with the last LOL thing. I think there was a number of winter disco type things. What else do we have in here? Time clock ribbon. I don't know what that is. Home Brewers Outpost. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is, but that looks intriguing enough to dig into. Home Brewers Outpost. I'd have to do some more research what that is. Looks like it's obviously something that has to do with like the microbrewery, home brewing type craze, which of course is very popular. I'm sure it sells well, but I won't go down that rabbit hole while all you guys are watching. Another candle, which is interesting enough. Fake beeper. That's kind of funny. I guess that's for like toys or costumes or something. It's like a fake beeper. Text alerter. I'll skip that for now. Let's see if we can find one more that's good for demoing for you guys. Wow, fake pager again. It's wonder what the deal is with the craze there. Winterizer. Wow, LOL must be the hottest thing right now. If there's any parents watching this, they're probably like, yeah, of course, Greg. You haven't heard about this? Come on. Lumify. Not quite sure what that is, but it could be good. Towel water bottles. Advent calendar. That's going to be very seasonal. Let's do one more page. Just so you guys can get copy stand. What do they mean by copy stand? Let's search for this. Oh, okay. So there's like I think what they mean by this is, it looks like it's a, let's see here. It's either a piece of photograph equipment or it's like lights up so you can see through the paper to copy it. Let's run the extension, see what this opportunity looks like as a whole. Oh wow, these are really expensive. So just as an FYI, when Jungle Scout doesn't show the monthly sales like that, what's happening there is Amazon isn't displaying the rank in the parent category. And I'm not quite sure why they don't do this sometimes. Where is that? But like this right here, this isn't a parent category, photographic studio copying equipment. That's like a subcategory or a browse node. So that's why Jungle Scout's not able to determine how well it sells. Whereas, you know, like this one is in Office Products, and Office Products is able to determine how well it sells. So let's see here. You know, for this one, it's selling really well. A bunch of reviews though. It's kind of interesting. This one, 690 sales, only 35 reviews. LQS of 6. So I could try going down this rabbit hole a little bit and see what it looks like. Desktop document holder. Let's try that. Desktop document holder. I'm gonna run Jungle Scout on this. So we have lots of sales. I think this is the one from the last one right here. good number of sales I'm looking at here. You know, once we get down here, they don't have that many reviews, 27, 18, 34. I'm seeing some decent sales numbers in those groups. But to be honest, I think I spend a little time, I can find something better. So I think this is a decent opportunity, but yeah, with a little more searching around, I can still find something better. So this is essentially the process that I go down when I'm looking for products to sell on Amazon. I usually spend a little bit of time in the product database. Maybe I'll search through there for an hour or two, spend a little bit of time in the opportunity finder, look through there for an hour or two. The other thing that I like to do is I like to, you know, it's like, all right, I've been through the first few pages. Why don't I try to change my my filters a little bit to really like narrow it down a little bit more. So maybe I can go like, okay, only show me the competition that's very low. You know, maybe I'm willing to see some that the average is only 300. Sometimes I even do this, like, okay, only show me the ones where the average is like 300 to 500. And let's actually take away some of this higher price stuff because it'll be more expensive to purchase. So sometimes I'll start to tweak my filters a little bit like that, and then see if anything from that starts to pop up. And it actually already has like lockpick trainings kit. I think some of those are actually banned on Amazon, but those are interesting. What else is in here? Actually, a number of kind of interesting things that I want to explore a little bit more. But that's essentially how I do it. You know, I look for these different opportunities on Amazon. Like I said, I jump back between the product database and the opportunity finder. I'm looking at them at real time on Amazon, and I'm running the Jungle Scout extension. So I'm going to wrap it up for this particular lesson, but throughout this course, I want to find a product with you guys. So for the next lesson, I'll spend a little bit of time recording myself again doing product research. But if you feel like you've watched over my shoulder doing product research long enough, then you can probably skip the next lesson. For those of you who would like to see kind of like how my brain thinks about these different opportunities a little bit more, feel free to hop into the next lesson while I continue to do product research and ultimately find that product that I would like to order. Thanks.